What's going on YouTube? Levi of Old Iron Off-Road. If you're new to the channel, we are dedicated to all things international. We do a lot of four-wheel drive stuff as well and some fabrication. So even if you're not specifically into just internationals, stick around. I'm sure you're going to find some content that you will enjoy. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click the bell icons for notifications when new videos are uploaded. So if you remember some time back, we did a test fit of the Cummins R2.8 into the vehicle behind us. Well, flash forward some time, we've been horrible at keeping up with this, but if you can believe it, this guy is ready to have some test miles put on it. So what I wanted to do today was just go over the overall features of this build and also talk some about the 2.8 engine and the drivetrain that are in this vehicle specifically, and also take you on the road for some test miles with it. So in today's world of engine swaps, the sky's the limit. There's tons of engines options to choose from. The owner of this vehicle opted for the Cummins 2.8. After he and I had some discussion, we both decided that for what he wanted this vehicle for, the 2.8 would be a really good package for this vehicle. The Cummins 2.8 engine features 161 horse and it's making roughly 300 foot-pounds of torque. And in my mind, that makes it a really good swap for this size of an SUV. I don't know personally if I would install it into anything bigger than this. I believe that there would be something lost as far as peppiness, but for this size vehicle, it moves it down the road really well. So previously, the common four-cylinder diesel Cummins engines for a swap would have been the 4BT or the ISB engines. Now the ISF 2.8 shed a ton of weight, which was previously one of the issues with those other engines. They were super heavy. The 4BT itself, B-series engines, hands down, best Cummins engines ever made. The only downfall is they're heavy, they're loud, they're rattly, they're not balanced well or something like this, so they're really tractory. Everything shakes, everything rattles. It's really hard to quieten them down to the point of an enjoyable drive. Now, don't get me wrong, we've actually done several 4BT swaps. We've got a couple of Scout 2s with the 4BT in them running around, and they're definitely doable. But something to this frame and tin caniness, I definitely couldn't advise a 4BT in good conscience. So again, that's what landed us on the 2.8. The fuel economy of a diesel, the low end torque of a diesel. Again, we've shed a ton of weight, and I think that makes this a really useful package in this vehicle. So overall, the things that we accomplished on this vehicle while it was in the shop, it received a Dana 44 front and rear axle swap. It received full suspension front and rear using a CPT suspension kit from IH Parts America. It features a Tremec TR4050 transmission and a Dana 300 transfer case. The body we largely left alone. We really didn't want to disturb the look and the vibe of this vehicle. This is a really solid Survivor. We didn't really want to ruin that, nor did the owner. So the tub did in fact come off of the chassis. The chassis was fully done and gone through. Basically a frame off without a paint job is pretty much what we ended up. So without further ado, let me give you a good solid once over of this vehicle. Then we're gonna hop in it and we're gonna run some errands and put some test miles on this guy today. So it's a beautiful day, and hopefully with that you have a good feel for the vehicle and kind of understand what we've done as far as putting this thing together. Honestly, we just wanted a solid cruiser, mechanically sound, clean as a pin underneath. We've dumped a ton of lizard skin inside and underneath the tub, so it's really quiet inside. The top we spent a lot of time and effort on, really kind of sound deadening stuff. So without further ado, let's jump in this thing, let's take a test drive, and hopefully you can appreciate what we've done with this vehicle. Let go! It is hot today. Finally feel like we're starting to get some summer weather. Definitely spring. I'm also going to have to mow the yard today, which I'm not super thrilled about, but I don't really hate. So as it sits right now, this guy has 17 miles on the ticker. Basically, we've ripped it up and down the road. I've got a little short loop that I like to do just to make sure nothing falls off. Heat cycle it several times, tighten up hoses, and really leak check the vehicle. So that's all been done, and now is the time for its first real drive. And I'm gonna turn the AC on. Yeah, we did put AC in it. Little Scout 80 with an AC. It's a smaller evaporator, but it definitely works well for as small as the cab is. I think this truck really pulls well. Feels like it's got plenty of power. One thing to keep in mind when you drive a diesel vehicle though is you don't drive them like a gas car. You don't lug them around. When the RPMs drop out, you really want to make sure that you're downshifting and keeping them in a happy RPM range. If you can hear the main shaft rattling in the transmission, you're too low of an RPM, gear down. We're tooling around, we're actually running 60 miles an hour right now. We did do power brakes on this guy as well. We've got the DNC Extreme vacuum booster and their Corvette Master that they use. Really pairs nicely. The vehicle stops well. People are stupid. Don't be that guy. I need to put my seatbelt on. I swear every time I get one of these vehicles out, I feel like I'm in a heat-seeking missile, or every other car on the road is a heat-seeking missile. Spend a year building somebody else's truck, put a ton of money in it, and it's like everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna hit it. You can definitely smell the new burning off of things. 62 miles an hour. We are extremely low on fuel. Hope we make it. tank, so sitting on E, we still had a little bit, but it took fuel, no drama, so that's always good. Got a full tank of fuel. I'm gonna run in the bank, run some errands, and then we'll head back to the house. Well, there you are. We're back to the shop with no drama. So now we've got roughly 60 miles on the clock. We're going to continue to drive this thing, put it through its paces, bolt check it, all the good stuff to make sure everything is tight and ready for the owner to receive and enjoy, and we'll be able to call this one a wrap. So I hope we've covered everything about this truck. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, make sure to smash the subscribe button, hit the bell icon for notifications when more videos are uploaded, and as always, enjoy.